Hey agents, it's Manny, and welcome to another Division Bootcamp video. We now have the ability to re-roll exotic weapons and gear to change attributes and hopefully roll into those god level. But you need exotic components to do this, so in this video, I'll show you the steps you need to follow to grind out those exotics. Before we start, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and ding that notification bell so you know when there's new videos. Alright, so for the most part, exotics are random, but there are a few that are guaranteed when completing certain tasks, and other few that I feel are a little bit easier to get. There are two exotics that are guaranteed, and they are the Nemesis and the Diamondback, but they are also time gated. What this means is that there is no quick way to get one. Nemesis will take a minimum of 3 weeks to get, and you'll need to wait for Kenley College to open in order to get a Diamondback. Like I said, they are guaranteed when you perform the tasks. There are 3 other exotics that are fairly easy to get, but they all have a bit of RNG to acquire. They are the Liberty, the Chatterbox, and the Dodge City Gunslingers holster. We're going to assume you've already acquired these exotics at least once. If you have not and would like a full in-depth how-to on getting them, please let me know in the comments below which ones you'd like a video on. You're only able to get one of each of these 5 exotics I just mentioned, so now you're probably thinking, how can we grind them then? Well, the answer's simple. Move them to an alt. Let's move those 5 exotics to an alt. First, open your stash, click on inventory, then your sidearm, hit F to move Liberty to the stash, exit out of that, go to your primary weapon, and then move the Diamondback to stash, Chatterbox to stash, and your Nemesis stash. Exit out of primaries, go into holsters, and move the Dodge City Gunslinger holster over. Once all 5 exotics are moved over, simply get out of the stash and log out. Once we're at the login screen, we'll switch to an alt character by using the C or Z key. If you do not have a second character that has made it to at least the White House, then do that first. You must complete up to the point where you talk to the quartermaster because you need the shared stash space. Now let's move all our weapons from the stash over to our inventory in this character. Go to weapons. If you have multiples, move them all over. I have 2 Chatterboxes, move those both over. Move the Nemesis over, and then the Diamondback. Now go to sidearms, move over all your Liberties, I happen to have 2, to your character's inventory. Now go into holsters, and move over our Dodge City Gunslinger holster to his character's inventory. Once everything's moved over, we're going to log out and log back into our main character. The first exotic we'll talk about is the Nemesis, and as I mentioned, it is time gated, and it will take you a minimum of 3 weeks to get a second one, and possibly even 4 if you get unlucky and Manning National Zoo is one of the strongholds 1 week. We need to acquire 4 parts to construct a Nemesis: the tally scope from Tidal Basin, the bridle stock from District Union Arena, scales bolt from Roosevelt Island, and the scourge barrel from Capitol Building. Make sure you're on normal difficulty so the run is much quicker. Then head over to Tidal Basin and acquire the black tusk key card that's at the 2nd floor of this building. Once you have the key card, we're going to play through the rest of the mission until we get to the hovercraft. At the back of the hovercraft's cargo bay, we're going to unlock a door and open a weapons chest. Inside the weapons chest is a named marksman rifle. It's called the Adressia. We're now going to dismantle the marksman rifle to get the tally scope. You'll then need to kill 3 more Black Tusk bosses. 1 at the end of Capitol Building, Roosevelt Island, and District Union give the final 3 pieces. These 3 parts can be done in any order, but the tally must be picked up first. You can now go back and complete the invaded stronghold again that you did to unlock Tidal Basin, as long as one of the 3 I mentioned. Unfortunately, Massive made Manning National Zoo a stronghold, so you might have to wait an extra week to complete this, if that's one of the strongholds. Diamondback is the other guaranteed exotic, and this is reward for completing Kenley College. When Kenley's open, I recommend running over there, completing all 3 expeditions for the guaranteed exotic. By the way, you can do it on normal difficulty to get it done quickly. For Liberty, you'll need a stockpile of D50 pistols, so whenever you find one, save it and put it in your stash. You might even have to farm these up from a location that has a pistol as the targeted loot. This is the only random part of the Liberty. The other 4 parts are guaranteed drops from named bosses. First, you have to kill Kendra Nelson in the Capitol Building for the trigger and mechanism. She's the first named boss in the Capitol Building, and this part can actually be done on story difficulty. You need to do the rest on normal difficulty, and I recommend doing them in this order because when I did it out of order, one of the components didn't drop until I did the previous one. The second part, Receiver and Paint Job, is dropped from Captain Briggs in the American History Museum. The third part, Sight and Rails, drops from Staff Sergeant Carl Wade in Viewpoint Museum. And the last part, Grips and Tags, drops from Master Sergeant Steve Coraz in the Space Administration Headquarters. Once you have all parts, you can construct your Liberty. You do not need to wait any time to construct another one, so just move this one over to your alt stash and collect the parts again. It actually might be a good idea to just farm a bunch of D50 pistols at one time, and you can grind out a whole bunch of these in no time. Alright, so the Chatterbox is a bit more RNG than the previously mentioned exotics, but I still feel you have a better chance of getting this than the other randomly dropped exotics. This exotic requires the least amount of parts. There are only 3, but there is a catch. The parts only drop from hyena caches, which require keys, so you need to grind hyena keys first. But if you're like me, then you might have a whole bunch saved up. If not, then you'll have to start grinding them by finding them in key boxes in the sewers in some missions, or by killing named hyenas in open world activities such as bounties. Now that we have a plethora of keys, you can find the loaded canister in Downtown East, the creative mag in Federal Triangle, and the modified mods in Judiciary Square. There are a total of 5 caches in Downtown East, 3 in the open world, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. There are also 2 more in the Grand Washington Hotel, but make sure that it's not invaded, otherwise the hyena caches will not be present. Judiciary Square only has 3 caches. All of them are in the open world. Here, here, and here. Federal Triangle has 2 caches. 1 in the open world here, and then 1 in Jefferson Trade Center. Just like Grand Washington Hotel, make sure it's not invaded first. You can only open each cache once a day. So, if you got lucky and got parts on the first cache in each area, then you could try to craft a second one. Just remember to either move the Chatterbox to an alt first, or just dismantle it for the component. The first time you craft the Dodge City Gunslingers holster, you complete a 4-part mission, and it involved capturing a level 4 control point controlled by the hyenas, the outcasts, and the True Sons, and then killing a named enemy in a saloon at noon. I have a detailed video for these steps, and I'll put a link in the description below. But when I first tried getting this exotic at level 40, after I'd already completed the 4-part mission at 30, the holster parts just dropped from any outcast, hyena, or True Son level 4 control point. There was no rhyme or reason to what was going on. Any part could drop from any faction. I often got the same component multiple times, but you can only pick it up once. They're also not guaranteed drops, and I have no idea what the drop rate is. I farm a lot of CPs anyway, so I try to focus on either outcast, hyenas, or True Son control points, so I might have a chance at one of the 4 holster components. Now that you've hopefully farmed up a few extra exotics, you can now deconstruct them and get some exotic components. This will allow us to re-roll our exotics and hopefully get some god rolls on them. I've gotten some decent re-rolls, but no perfect rolls yet. I hope you have better luck than me, and that you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please hit that like button below, and if you have any questions or there are any other specific topics you'd like me to cover in the upcoming videos, please let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to see more content like this, then please smash that subscribe button, and you can also follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Maniocrity, where I stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, agents, happy hunting.